Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I've got a special guest, Dr. Hakan. He's a friend, I've known him for quite a few years now. Very helpful Turkish brother. So I would get the mic to him. Dr. Hakan, if you tell us a bit about yourself.
Sure. Thank you for accepting me here and having me here. And yeah, as you mentioned, we have known each other for really enough time to know, and I really appreciate. I like just watch your videos, and then I know your background very well, and I'm following you and hidden followers like what's going on, how you doing, and it's going very well. And how I know your success in this business as well. So yeah, my name is Hakan Hussein Hakan Yıldırım. The full name is. I have marketing background. I'm PhD in marketing. I do business consultancy for the companies, usually international companies. I sort their problems out and whatever they need from A to Z. Like if they may want to expand their background, if they may want to reach other countries or settle down in a country. Usually my clients are in the UK or coming to the UK to settle their business, to promote their business. So we have a large team of colleagues around, and we work together with them to solve their problems from A to Z in terms of the business. One of them is like marketing, one of them is sourcing, and one of them is like professionalization, and the other aspects of all aspects of the business.
Yes, I know you've got a lot of skills and mashallah knowledge in a lot of areas. If we talk about all the things that you offer, I think we'll have maybe so many episodes. But today I wanted to discuss sourcing from Turkey, because a lot of e-commerce always wanted another alternative to China. Is there a way for us to source from Turkey? So my question is, why would somebody source from Turkey instead of, let's say, China or any other country? What's the advantage? Let's say somebody's in the UK. What will be the main advantage sourcing from Turkey?
I don't know if I could be honest enough and objective enough in this subject, because as a Turkish background man, I can't be maybe. I will do my best, honestly, I promise. And Turkey, if we compare with other countries, like mainly China, because the main supplier of the world is China. I was there last month as well, and I must confess, was there to import some products from China. And so I can't say Turkey is the main and only and the biggest alternative to China or other places. So, but Turkey is, because of many parameters, like the geographical situation and the workforce there and knowledge and business capacity, financial situation, because they are all important. If we would like to supply a product, maybe just start from there let's speak about the parameters of supply first. So the parameters are, price is one of them.
Yes.
And it's the only one, honestly, we initially focus on, but it is just one of them. The lead time is important. And financial situation, if the banks are settled there, are we working smoothly with them, is important. Legal situation is important of the country. So legally, if we have any problem or if there is any problem in the country, do we have trustable legal system? Is this country integrated to the international law? So if I have any problem, can I just go to the courts there and then find a solution? And safety and security, they are important when we look for a country to supply from. And transport logistics are important parameters, as you know this. There are the main parameters. So when we look at Turkey has internationally integrated country to the world. That makes Turkey more advantageous and a very good relationship in terms of politics and finance systems with the world.
So you've basically mentioned a few things. So let's address them each by each. Let's say price. So compared to abroad, to China, if you say for an example, definitely the Turkish price will be cheaper.
I can't say 100% cheaper, depending on the product we are talking about.
Okay.
And in some products, if they don't need any value added too much, or they don't need any specification, right? China may be cheaper, but comparing to many European countries or other countries, Turkey is definitely cheaper. If we talk about the total price, like we can include the logistics, duty taxes,
Yeah.
and lead time, and I don't know, all costs.
What's
So-
advantage there is in terms of taxation? Let's say if somebody is importing from China or importing from Turkey, what's the advantage importing from Turkey? Is there any advantage?
If we look from the perspective of the UK, in Turkey, we have an agreement with Turkey as UK, or we have an agreement with UK as Turkey. I'm in both sides, so I can't just choose a side easily. There's an FTA, free trade agreement, and Turkey is the first country. UK made a free trade agreement just after the Brexit.
Oh, okay.
Because they want to work with Turkey very well, UK, and Turkey is one of the biggest suppliers of UK in many products. For the most of the products, duty taxes are zero or almost zero, but there are some products we can't import from Turkey, which is not only about Turkey, like poultry, meat, dairies, like milk products.
There's different regulations
Different
for food.
Yes, for the food. But in terms of food, like fruits or dried fruits, vegetables, so it's okay.
That's
No problem.
fine.
It's just about meat and poultry things. For the duty taxes as well, it's very advantageous to import from Turkey to many countries, not only UK, Europe, or many countries.
The other thing is the lead time. I mean, let's say if I wanted to bring something from Turkey to the UK, what are the shipping methods? Do we have sea, and how long would the sea take? Because obviously from China it would take 50, 60 days maybe. And then you have obviously by the time it reaches Amazon, let's say 3 months, which is a big constraint on the cash flow. Especially if you have a big business, if you bring in stuff from China, then you have to put a lot of money, and then basically you're not using them for 3 months, and it can put a lot of strain on your cash flow. So I know with Turkey is quicker, but I don't know how quicker is that.
Definitely, Turkey is quicker than China in many products.
Okay.
And especially if you can find the right supplier, because finding the right supplier is very important, like right manufacturer. You can reduce this time and you can secure the deposit very well. And also for the logistics, transportation, depending on the product you are seeking to buy, you can use air, you can use roadway, you can use railway, sea freight, you can use any of them. So for the flights, normal passenger flights, you can fly to Istanbul. I think it should be more than 20 flights a day from UK just to Istanbul. And in terms of logistics as well, you can use this. I know some people, they have vans, just, our general white vans, and they go from UK to Turkey. They are doing this business only. You have 2 pallets or 3 pallets or 10 boxes, and that's it. And they come here. In 2 days, it's here in the UK from Turkey. It's very fast, and you can do it anytime, just 2 days. So you can book the whole van instead of waiting for the big transportation companies filling out their, the trucks, etc. So lorries, you don't wait for them. You just fill this van and send it. In 2 days, it's here. So depending on the time and cost balance, you have all options with Turkey.
Okay. So in terms of products, what do you think product categories Turkey excel on? And do you think maybe there's some products you think non sourced from Turkey, honestly, they will be cheaper from China, or they'll be easier to basically. So which products you think definitely Turkey excel in them?
Yeah, good question. So because it's too many products, I'm trying to just
in categories,
filter some of them.
Machinery,
okay. Machinery production or ready machines and ready produced machines are very good in Turkey. So they are doing very well. And also in this business, you need always some like spare parts.
Yeah.
So if you need a spare part from Turkey, you can just have it tomorrow.
Don't wait a few months to get
not
it.
a few months. We don't need to just think about just buying the main machine, but we also should think about the spare parts as well. So you can just have them very fast, very quickly from Turkey. And also, if you have like an engineering problem with them, I know very well some, including my cousin as well here, lives in here. And if you have an engineering problem, you can just go to Istanbul or Turkey one day, sort it out there, and come back. In 2 days, you are here the next day.
Yeah.
Very fast. In terms of food, dried fruit, vegetables, and fruits, and many types of the food.
One items, I think consumer would be more happy to get them locally, or let's say Turkey and not from China, would be cosmetics.
Yes.
So how is cosmetics from Turkey?
The manufacturers of cosmetics are really worldwide good. And nowadays in Turkey, there are some boutique cosmetic manufacturers as well. So they do their own formula, or they can do your formula as well.
Oh,
If you would like to create your own brand, for example, in cosmetics, you are not focusing on mass sales, but you are focusing on formula or own brand.
Your own private label.
Private label. It's good for you just to test from there as well. And for the mass production as well, definitely. So
And
in
also,
cosmetics,
in terms of regulation, I'm sure there is similar regulation to there is in the UK. Obviously, there's a lot of regulation regarding anything that you put on the skin, you eat, or anything you touch.
So we have imported cosmetics products, also cleaning products, etc., from Turkey as well, and they had no problem. MSDS reports, etc., all were fine, because main market of Turkey is usually Europe, USA,
Yeah,
and most of the manufacturers, if they're doing export especially,
they should have.
yeah, they know it. They
I mean,
know all standards.
that's one of the tips I say to people. Like, if you want to import from China, when they go to Alibaba, look at the supplier, which countries that he's exporting to. Because if he's exporting to the US and the UK, then should have the right paper, the right basically certification to export. So that's one of the tips that I say actually. So it's funny that you mentioned that. Yeah. So if they are going to export to the UK, then they should be aware of all the regulation, all the certification that they need to export.
And not only actually in cosmetics, I would like to just mention this. For example, lavender, rose. These raw materials they're growing in Turkey. For example, I know a gentleman. He has more than 100,000 square meters of area, and just with lavender.
Wow.
It's very famous Turkish rose as well, and they do like very concentrate, and they are just exporting it.
Yeah, this is a big thing. Lavender, all these herbs there.
Not only just making fragrances, but also growing the main raw materials as well is very good in Turkey.
Textiles.
Textiles is one of them.
Yeah,
yes,
that's one. I think Turkey is known for textiles.
Yeah, the raw material, especially cotton and other materials, are very famous. And this is actually big brands. Just imagine very big international brands. They used to manufacture in Turkey for a long time, and these taught the local manufacturers how to produce to an international brand, high quality. That's why you can find many manufacturers, they already manufacturing to very well-known brands. And in terms of raw material like silk, like cotton, and Turkey has this raw material as well. But for like polyester, like very low cost one, China is cheaper.
Okay.
Definitely. But if you want to do something a little bit more bespoke or special, so Turkey is good in this case. For example, 2 days ago, I had a conversation with one of my friends and possible clients from Saudi Arabia.
I like that you call all your clients friends.
Yeah, I don't like saying clients because we become friends then. He's in Saudi Arabia and he's trying to develop his own PJ
Pajamas.
brands.
Brand.
So now we contacted with some suppliers. Not supply actually. I have friends again in Istanbul. They are working as an agent.
Yeah.
So they have been in the sector, in textile sector for maybe in 30 years. They know all designers, the collections, manufacturers, etc. So he will just work with them and they will sort it out, everything for this gentleman. So in textile it's good, and in building supplies like construction but Turkey is very good at it. Main reason is there are too many builders in Turkey, and Turkey built many buildings out of Turkey as well, like in Middle Asia, in Africa, in Middle East. Maybe you've heard many airports, big buildings, etc., hospitals. That's why we have an experience on this, and also the products, materials used for construction. And you can use like steel, PVC panels, I don't know, aluminum panels, whatever you're looking for.
So we mentioned textiles, dry fruits, and machinery. Any other sectors you think there'll be good coming from Turkey?
Actually, I don't want to miss any of them, but there are too many sectors you can find, especially in terms of production. But in last decade, actually, Turkey is getting grower in medical supplies as well. Medical and dental, like implants and other products.
Oh, okay.
And medical and dental supply is rising in Turkey with very good timing as well.
So they supply the medical goods, but there's also a lot of people go to do that in Turkey because it's cheaper than doing it in the UK. So in terms of all these are the good ones. If we talk about obstacles, what will be the main obstacle for somebody wanted to basically import from Turkey? We don't have a website like Alibaba that somebody can go and just find a supplier and vet them through gold badge and things like that. We don't have something like that in Turkey. Yeah. So what will be the main obstacle? For me, I think the main obstacle is that there is no list of all suppliers in one website in English for somebody to actually communicate with them. So what do you think would be the main obstacle?
Actually, there are some websites.
There are some websites, okay.
But not as covering as Alibaba, unfortunately. Like there's listofcompany.com, and there is another one of my friends has it. I don't remember his name, but I'll try to.
We can put the link, yeah.
Right. But they are covering everything, so it's not unfortunate. That is the first obstacle. So the second one is Istanbul. It's a very big city, and most of the manufacturers may be there. But there are some other cities specialized in some manufacturing some products as well. Unfortunately, we can't know it from a distance. So when we Google it, we can't understand how to do. I know some people who have been in Istanbul before. They go to Istanbul, they just look to Istanbul, but Istanbul is just only one city.
Yeah.
This is the second obstacle. The first obstacle is in general to reach to the supplier. Unfortunately, this is not easy.
I just wanted to say something actually. There is something similar if we go to China as well. Like in China, most factories don't speak English, and they are basically in these areas that nobody can reach them. So in order to reach them, you have to find a sourcer that can actually speak the language and can source for you. So there will be places like that in Turkey where they won't be accessible to everyone, but they might offer a good quality and a good price, isn't it?
Yeah. Once I spoke to an export manager of a very big company. He was talking about a manufacturer in a village in Turkey, a small village. The tractors. So they are doing tractor seat.
Oh, okay.
And he said they are doing very good quality, and you can't find it in the main manufacturers. But they have no idea what they do at the moment. Then
they can't market themselves.
Yeah, they can't market themselves. They even don't know how quality product they are doing. So they can't compare them with the world. So there are some hidden manufacturers.
Hidden gems.
Yes. So you can't, unfortunately, reach them yourself. So apply a sourcing agency is very important here. They have a very good role here. And also some of them can't speak English. Some of them, they don't have an export mentality. So, this is important in trade as well.
Yeah.
So you need to know how export works in legally or in terms of the business models. Sometimes they don't know this. The other obstacle, but a very reliable, good sourcing agency will be very helpful to you to reach the right suppliers.
Okay.
And the other one, definitely, human is human everywhere. And you might have problems there in terms of manufacturing quality, in terms of leading time, but we can't say it is very often, but this is possible. Yeah, is this possible? Yes, it is possible. You may come across with the wrong people if you come across something like that, definitely it is better to have a sourcing agent or a friend or someone in local.
Would the sourcing agent to be accountable then?
Yeah, this is another question. So I recommend people to try to go one by one and then to try them. For example, myself, I'm not naming me as a sourcing agent only because we do different things as well. But all our friends working together usually come with word of mouth from referrals. So the referrals are important in this sector. Yes, illegally, Turkey has a settled legal system. There's no problem about it. But in international, trade, if you have a problem and then if you go to the courts, etc., it takes really long time. So wherever you're doing it, even in Germany, in UK, it doesn't matter. It takes a long time to sort it out. The best thing is to eliminate the potential problems from the beginning. And how to find the right supplier or sourcing agent, you need to meet them and just trust your gut.
Yeah. Let's say somebody would say, I would go to basically Turkey, I'll find a company myself. I want to attend a trade show for cosmetic trade show. Is there something like that in Istanbul or even in Turkey as a whole, trade shows? And how can people find them?
You can just find on Google, and also the Ministry of Trade website is good for it. Turkish Ministry of Trade. There are very big trade shows. For example, in Konya, this is a big city in Turkey. They are hosting a very big agricultural machinery trade show for a very long time. And companies joining it. For example, in textile machines, Gaziantep is very famous. You can go to the Gaziantep. There are some cities you didn't hear, but they are doing very, very well job actually. And especially in Istanbul, you can join to trade shows and you can feel free to join it because in Turkey now getting more used to welcome international people. So you can go there, take your tickets, stay there, just visit them. They all speak English very well, or some of them Arabic, some of them French, because of the markets. They know different languages as well. They can just feel free to join to any trade show there, which they can find online.
How about the trade shows for Turkey in the UK? Is there something like that? Will the companies come here? Like China sometimes do that.
Yes.
They will have a China trade show in the UK. Anything like that? Do you know if you came across?
Last month I was in Canton Fair in China, and the only Turkey has their own pavilion in international court. And they come to the spring fair in the UK, autumn fair for the house products usually, especially for Turkish manufacturers. There's not an exhibition, but in international exhibitions here, they usually try to come together in one pavilion because it is organized by the trade centers and trade chambers in Turkey. Then they hire very big place, so you can usually find them together.
Okay. In terms of cultural differences, business practice in Turkey, do you think is there something that we need to be aware of? Cultural differences?
It depends on from which perspective are we answering this question. So yes, Turkey and Turkish people have their own business culture as the others have. This is actually part of my job, actually part of the problems I'm solving. What I mean, because this is what we come across always. Turkish business people, there are various types of Turkish business people actually. Some of them are very more European, some of them are not. But Turkey is getting more mixed, especially in the last decade. Immigration to Turkey, especially from Arabic-speaking countries or Afghanistan, Pakistan, a little bit changed the demography. Maybe not too much, but changed the demography. And so you can find a company 100% Western looking or 100% Eastern looking. Okay. But Turkey is always in the middle, has always been in the middle actually. So for example, in Germany, if you just say, I will be there at 10 o'clock, so we all know this, guys. We have to just say, you have to be there at 10 o'clock, 10:00. You can't be there 10:01, and then it will be a problem in Germany. But for example, if you go to Middle East, then we say this okay, we are coming at 10, you can come at 1 p.m. Then that's not a
Around
big problem.
10.
Around 10, it means 10ish. Yeah, around 10, you can go up, you can go down. Turkey is in the middle, like not 100%. Like, for example, you can have a half an hour or 15 minutes, you can just call them. So in terms of culture, Turkish people are more verbal, not written people. Turkish people like chatting, they like working with people, they like talking. They take you to the dinner, they take you to the, for example, if you can't, I have, worked in Germany, France, Belgium, Netherlands. For example, I drove 8 hours to a supplier, my supplier, when I was in Germany, which is in France usually, or another country around there, or Austria. I go there, they don't even offer a water or something. We did our meeting, and I'm hungry and thirsty. Then okay, thank you. Then we just go. But in Turkey, if you go there, let's go to dinner, let's go to lunch. It's not about a kind of hidden agenda. It's not about business.
It's the culture.
It's the cultures. They're just welcoming you then. But it doesn't mean that being a good person, it doesn't mean being a good business person. So it might be different. So in terms of business, it's a little bit more relaxed than maybe in the UK. This is a general rule in business, not for only Turkish people. You need to describe everything very well. For example, now we do some import and export, and just before coming here, we had a meeting with my friend, and then we were trying to describe every single point. We don't want to leave anything afterwards. Then when it happens like that, you say, I thought it was like this, but it doesn't matter what you thought. The matter is what you wrote. For example, I had a friend we worked together. They were complaining about the company in the UK. They didn't like the communication method. Because in Turkey, a customer is valuable, very valuable. For the customer, you do everything, and it is a gift from the God, from Allah to you. But in the UK, they don't answer your phone call. They don't just
it's everything formal.
Communicate everything formal.
You're
they
a client.
For example, a few days ago, a Turkish company called me. I know them personally. They said, "Can you call this company and take their WhatsApp number?" I said, "UK companies, they don't give their WhatsApp number to you." But in Turkey, WhatsApp is the main communication method, and then you just write everything. So even whoever you are, or whatever your position is, you just call them from their mobile directly. You just send text anytime, and it doesn't matter. They reply you anytime. But the personal borders are more closer actually in Turkey.
I can understand because I can relate. We come from similar culture, and as you know, I've got an audience in Arabic and an English audience. And actually, something recently happened. Somebody sent me a message, and I've got like 11,000 in that Facebook. If I answer every single person, I won't have time in the day. So I get somebody to answer them, and they got so offended. Why didn't she answer me herself personally? Because she only have 24 hours a day. She will get back to you. But if it's a normal general question, somebody can deal with it. Somebody can deal with it. But I can understand the culture differences can actually cause a problem in the business. There's something actually I thought about it when you were talking about manufacturing in Turkey. Something that I actually tell people if they want to start on Amazon. One of the main issue with most people that they do a private label, that everybody copies them. So if, let's say, I got a product that I think is a good product to sell, I want to customize it. And if I customize it in Turkey, there's more than 100% nobody's going to copy me because it's not available in Alibaba. How easily can you customize a product in Turkey?
Actually, one of the positive points is Turkish people like doing something different.
Okay.
They like challenge. But the secret here is, for example, I have this product, but I need this. You can say, I don't know if you can do this. You tell this to me, I will do it. And that's it. Challenge accepted. That's it. Challenge accepted. Because they love their job. Most of them came from the root of this. They are not just like let's make a factory. No, they come from, they already did this all CNC things, all manufacturing themselves. They know the job. That's why they accept this as a challenge, and then they do this. And they like developing something different. So they have this enthusiasm. So you can make it. In terms of these copying problems, trademarks are working good. Trademark system is working good at all.
Yes, yeah, even if you have a trademark. Basically, let's say you have this cup. This is Adidas, made this Adidas. Nike can make exactly the same cup. It's got Nike, or get Adidas cup. So it's the same thing in trademark. You can trademark the name, but you can't trademark the actual design. If you want, you would do patent design, but I would say about something general. Let's say it's a cup, but I wanted something like a bent thingy on that item. So if I customize it, I know I'll stand out because I'll be the only person with a different shape. So that's why it's really difficult to do that in China, because if you do, the Chinese, they will copy it immediately. 2-3 months and somebody, even people will say actually their Chinese supplier will come to Amazon, try to sell the same product with a different design.
They are following each other very well, Chinese people. So, for example, we imported a product last year from China, household products, honestly. Turkey is very good in porcelain and household products, glass products. They are very good, very good. But we also import from China some more low-cost models. So last year, we imported a model which we saw in one place. This year, when I was in Expo, we said to our supplier, but this year's prices are less than last year's price. So this is not normal. They said because the model was only with us last year, but now everybody has the same model, so that's open to the competition. So, but in Turkey, there's not such system. They can see each other everywhere. So, like China, Alibaba or something. That's the good part. If you can find the right supplier, manufacturer, most of them don't have sources to promote the same product to your competitors. They don't have it. They just make it to you, and that's it. You know, I have a relative. They're manufacturing for Renault car parts. This is not a very big company. They are manufacturing some very specific products for Renault Group for car parts, but they are not seeking different manufacturers. They say, okay, it's enough for me. So where do they go? Can they go to the Volkswagen, Volvo, or something? Look, I'm doing this product. It's not easy for a local company to reach those buyers and the competitors. So yeah, the answer is yes. They're open, they're flexible, or it's not easy for your competitors to find a supplier.
Yeah, this is a really good advantage actually.
And for some generic products, you can find many as well. Like for example, car parts. Some of the car parts are very, for example, wipes. They're very generic.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to find suppliers in manufacturers in Turkey as well. So you can make a box for your name, and that's it. They put it in it, and it's your brand. And they're very generic commodity products, maybe.
If somebody wanted more information, they can able to contact you?
Sure, they can email me. They can find me on LinkedIn. I don't promise I will reply the phones very fast, but emails I'll do my best.
Okay.
And I'll do my best to support your audience and
Thank
your
you
friends. Subscribe to her. She's genius. She knows this job very well. Yeah.
Thank you very much, brother, for attending today. It was a pleasure talking to you. And I will put the link if anybody wanted to get a supplier from Turkey, depending on the product that I want, they will contact you. Also for business consultation, if anybody has any business consultation, he is the guy to go for. And thank you for attending today.
Thank you very much for having me, and thank you for watching us. Please subscribe.
Thank you for watching today. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And if you think there is a topic or a question that we haven't covered, you can put them, and we'll have a part 2 with Dr. Hakan in another episode. Thank you.